What if there was a way to improve your riding without actually getting on a horse? Hi, it's Faculous here, and let's face it, the only way to really, really learn how to ride is to actually put one foot in the stirrup and the other leg over the horse and get on with it. But there are ways to improve it without actually getting on the horse. I remember, this is a story I'm going to share with you, and I'll probably regret it because it's kind of goofy, but I remember years ago, when I was pretty young, I got to go to England to study over there. And when we were in England, we had to ride a certain amount of horses every day, and there was they came up on the roster that you had these horses to ride. And there was one horse that none of us were really that keen on riding because she was kind of a flighty little thing, and she was afraid of trucks, and she was afraid of dogs, and she kind of had a bit of a bolt in her when these things happened. So nobody really looked forward to riding her, as it were. But anyway, my name came up one day, and it was my turn to ride her. So there was a lovely hiking trail you went sort of through this sort of forested bit, and then you had to go through a little bit of the village and then back through another bit of the forest and back to the riding school. So I was riding along, and I guess I got daydreaming or something, and I started, this is the embarrassing part, right, but I started daydreaming that I was this Olympic rider, because I was studying with people who were on the Olympics, so it was pretty cool. But anyway, so I started daydreaming that I was this Olympic rider, and I was riding my beautiful Olympic horse through the forest into the village. Oh my goodness, I had this whole daydream going on and on and on about, oh, look, the villagers are coming out to see this beautiful Olympic horse walking through the village. Anyway, as embarrassing as that is, I was fully invested in this daydream that I had. And as I came into the village, I started to hear the sound of a truck, a big truck. Well, big by the standards of this town in England anyway. And I could hear it coming, and I could also hear a dog barking. Now, this is like a double whammy for this horse, right? But I was so invested in my daydream that the horse never took a bad step. Like it was nothing short of miraculous to me that all of my whole essence was so confident, and the way I sat on that horse must have been so different, that in that moment of crisis, when everything that could scare this horse was taking place, she didn't even take a bad step. And I'm convinced it was because I was sending her a signal of great confidence, as embarrassing as this is. And that confidence went right to the horse through my visualization, and it helped her to relax, and it helped her to feel like she could trust me, that I was this great Olympic rider that was going to take her through the village. Right? Because had I been thinking about that horse in the way that everybody thought of her, myself included, as soon as I'd have heard that truck, I would have been, oh my gosh, here I go. Oh my goodness, now it's a dog. I'm going to die. But instead, nothing happened because of that visualization. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you have to do something that might be a little bit scary or worrisome, it doesn't even have to do with horses, just anything at all. Try visualizing how you want it to turn out. Put yourself into the situation where you've imagined that you've already had success at it. Like even if it's something like being afraid to phone somebody, imagine you've already done it and how great you'll feel after that. Or imagine, if you've got to, I don't know, talk to somebody, maybe talk to your boss about something or whatever. Imagine that you've already done it and that it went really well. It changes how you'll go into that meeting, I think. Anyway, it works for me. I don't know, that might be a little bit too woo-woo for everybody, but I think it works anyway. I mean, that's really the cool thing about horses. Like, I think they're so intuitive. Like, it almost defies what we can understand, how capable horses are of picking up on our emotions and our feelings, and the subtleness of our body language that horses are able to interpret. Like I say, it almost defies reason, really, in a lot of ways, Give it a try sometime, even if it doesn't have something to do with horses. I think you'll be amazed at how it works. Anyway, if you're watching this anywhere besides at our blog, which is at ismyhorsehappy.com, go on over there, hi Dex, scroll down, leave us a message, let me know if you've ever tried visualization before, and we will talk to you next week. Thanks. And remember to thank your horse. Good night, Dex.